Good morning and welcome to Alexa Allen News. In today's broadcast, I will be sharing with you important economic current events that pertain particularly to the first period class of Miss Rieger at Los Alamitos High School. As the 2016 elections are drawing closer, it is especially important for those particular students to know the fundamental platform of each candidate's economic plans.
I will begin with Donald Trump, the crafty businessman and last standing Republican candidate. Due to his bold opinions and desire for drastic change, Donald Trump has rapidly risen in the ranks in popularity, especially due to his tax reform plan. His main goal is to, quote, reduce the headaches and provide relief to the middle class when it comes to taxes. Similarly, he plans to discourage corporate inversions and eliminate loopholes used by the very wealthy to avoid taxes. Overall, he plans to encourage jobs and spur economic growth by lowering business tax rate, especially for newer businesses by lowering them 15%. To sum up his tax plan, he says, quote, America needs a bold, simple, and achievable plan based on conservative economic principles. And it's as simple as that. On the other hand, Democratic candidate Hillary Clinton plans to perform the exact opposite, still arguing that she too will provide relief for the middle class, but in a different way. She plans to raise taxes, income taxes specifically, by 10% for the wealthy and instate a 30% minimum income tax for middle-class families. However, she intends to spend billions of these tax dollars on her constructed plans to help the middle class get by. Such plans include the College Affordability Plan, which will help refinance student debt and lower tuition costs, the Expanded Childhood Plan that will encourage more schools to incorporate preschools into their programs, and the Energy Plan that will cost $9 billion a year so that oil pipelines can be repaired and carbon emissions can be reduced. She also plans to stimulate the economy by raising the United States minimum wage to $15 an hour and increase workers' benefits. Finally, on an entire other tangent, Bernie Sanders is arguing that, quote, America embodies the Robin Hood principle in reverse, in which the transfer of wealth is moving away from the poor and middle class. His message is to tell the billionaires that they, quote, can't have it all. Like Hillary, Sanders plans to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour by 2020. He also plans to create more jobs by putting millions of Americans to work to repair roads, ports, dams, and more, spending over $1 trillion over a 5-year process. Where will this money come from? He plans to heavily tax the wealthy, including a progressive estate tax, where those who inherit over $3.5 million will be taxed, a Wall Street speculator tax, and a tax on the wealthy and larger corporations. He also plans to use this money in order to make tuition free at all public colleges in America.
I know this must sound nice to Miss Rieger's first period class, but will it work? I guess we'll see depending on all of you and the rest of America when we vote later on this year. On another note, is Google, the successful bounding corporation, just a group of good citizens? This past week, Google banned all ads that included payday loan advertisements that secretly have an annual interest rate of over 300%. This will detrimentally hurt the lenders, but are they simply protecting and tipping the balance back towards the borrowers?
Many companies now, such as Facebook, PayPal, Uber, and more, are beginning to advocate and not advocate for various different causes. Many argue that it's censorship, especially in Google's case. However, Google is not the government, but it is a privately owned company and they are able to feature or not feature whatever advertisements they please. PayPal announced that they would cancel all expansion in North Carolina due to their new law that limits bathroom access for transgender people. Many argue that this is not fair. Yet again, PayPal is a privately owned company and they could simply argue that they are standing for civil rights. If PayPal were to fire someone simply because they were from North Carolina, this would not be legally allowed. Yet by doing nothing more than canceling further expansion in that state, they are doing nothing more than exercising their right to free speech and stating their beliefs.
With these big corporations on the move to make a change, I feel confident that many people like you will continue to do the same. Thank you all for listening to today's podcast on economic current events and have a great day.